Saturday, I was done. Saturday, I was done, you know? Hi guys, in today's video it will be about how I always felt like an outcast as a black woman growing up in New York City, Harlem to be exact. From growing up young in Harlem, born and raised, I was around the beautiful and the crazy. Now I feel like that goes for everyone, the way you're brought up into the world and how you were raised, and wherever location you're at, you're going to get both sides of the fence. Honestly, that goes for everybody, okay? Now, by the humans I was around growing up, I was hanging out with friends by the age of 10 years old because I was never too far away from my home. I was always 5 blocks away to where it was okay for me to like go out with my friends and stuff because I was having my aunt and my cousins for safety if anything was to happen to me. But the issue was of my surroundings, it wasn't always the best because of the conversations I would hear, the people I would see and what they would do and how they would live their lifestyle. And my young mindset, I thought it was okay, but deep down inside, I know it wasn't okay 100%, you know? Because these people would have like the most like negative conversations like around children to be exact. Like they did not care. They did not care. Like to a certain extent they would say like, okay, go mind your business and stuff, but certain stuff, you know how kids, we are very nosy, so we're gonna like try to still like listen to what you're trying to say. Who is not like that? But the thing is, it did not stick with me, and alhamdulillah, it did not stick with me because I have grown into like a woman to where it's like, okay, you shouldn't be doing these things because you're going to get this negative outcome, and with this negative outcome, you're not going to get anything beautiful in the end. Now, 10-year-old me trying to figure out life and where I should be and stuff like that, that was kind of like my like mindset at a very young age because growing up I was like very mature, more than like other children. Yeah, yes, I had a very young mindset, but at the same time I was very mature, more than like another 10-year-old or whoever was around me that was younger than that. So yeah, I don't know, that's just how I was created. I was very like independent in a way as well too. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And people will always like ask me like, how are you always thinking like this? Like how you always already have this thought process at a very young age? I don't know. This is what Allah blessed me with, and alhamdulillah. Okay, now my thinking process was very different from others because girls would get into like things that wouldn't fit in my circumstances. Like say for example, like as I got older, probably like teenager wise, 13, 14, 15 years old, this is when we started like going out to like house parties and like it would be like stuff going on outside, and this is when the drinking and the smoking came apart of what I was seeing growing up. And the girls that I was around, they was into that stuff, but I wasn't into that stuff at all really, because like being raised as with a black mother who wasn't really into that stuff either, that helped me a ton, because she wasn't really into that. Like of course we tried it before, but it didn't really stick with us because we just wasn't created to like be into that, you know? So with like not drinking and smoking and stuff like that, I believe that with me not putting that stuff into my system, I was able to think more clearly. Like I'm not judging people who do drink, but when you drink, your thought process is not like 100% there in my opinion, because I seen girls my age drinking and stuff, and they would be like everywhere, falling all over the place, very sloppy and stuff like that. Now there's girls who was like calm and stuff, but they would just do like malicious stuff towards you, starting fights, talking to your man, and then yeah, I know the list. So yeah, I seen a lot growing up, and I said, when I'm seeing all of this, why would I want to get into that stuff when it's like making you this way, you know? That's what made me like stand out from more than others and more of like an outcast than like joining the team. Now the friends I began to have, I started to question because we lived 2 different lifestyles. Like yes, I was into like the partying and like hanging out and stuff, but it was just like to a certain extent. Now this is like maybe around 18, 19, 20 years old. now we started to like do the clubs. With the clubs and like I guess lounges, you would say. That's when it was like really, really popular around my age of like that time. And I would like do the most clubs I went to was probably like 3 in my whole entire life, to be honest. So with the we was doing that, but it came to a certain extent where it's like, okay, I have to pull back because this is getting too much for me. But they loved it. They was like so in love. Like, yes, it's fun, music blasting, and like you having a good time, and then you have like all this liquor in your system. Guys coming up to you and they dance and stuff like that. You exchange numbers and stuff like that. But it's like, what is the positive outcome of this, you know? Like, yes, it's fun and stuff, but is this going to be like for the rest of your life where you're always doing it constantly every weekend? Now I had a friend like that. She wanted to party every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You know, Friday, that's when like that's like your last day of work of that week, and then Saturday and Sunday is like you would just want to have the most fun you can before you have to go back to work. Now I did go out and stuff, but I was tired. That's after Saturday, I was done. Saturday, I was done, you know? Like, even like from a person who didn't like drink and smoke, from being around like the certain energy and like people, like environment of like just being around a whole bunch of people all in one place, it took a lot out of me because I'm very sensitive to energy, and I know a lot of people's not like that. So it's like a lot of stuff I can't even handle to a certain extent because people energy would just drain me from like being around like a big crowd and stuff like that. So yeah, that was one main reason why I just had to pull away from like going out and stuff like that because it was just a lot, you know? So yeah, I was amazed. I'm like, you want to go out again Sunday? I said, no, I'm going to stay home. You could go ahead with your other friends because I could not. Even like the girls I had in middle school and high school, I couldn't really connect with them either. Like every school that I had went to, I had at least 1 or 2 good friends. That was pretty much it because everybody else was like a part of like a club or like a team or like this cool club where you have to dress this way, you have to look this way, your hair have to be this way, this guy have to look this way, he has to be this tall, he have to have like this many, like, I don't know, sneakers, I don't know, and you just have to look a certain way to fit in to be a part of something, I guess, like what of their liking. But honestly, y'all, the girl who wasn't really a part of that, I was watching them, like, just to see, like, are they really, like, happy that they're doing this stuff? And, like, it would be moments where I would catch them, like, having, like, a sad look on their face or trying to, like, hide it and stuff like that because, like, if you're not a part of a crowd and stuff like that, you see more stuff than, like, another person would, whoever else is in a part of that group. I'm telling you, like, if you pay attention to people's actions and facial expressions, it tells you a lot. A lot. Yeah, middle school, high school friends, it was pretty much the same thing. Now, I would say, going back into middle school, I think I had the most coolest, best friends ever in middle school because that was the time we were still growing up and, like, of course, still getting into stuff. But those group of friends that I had, I still wish I was speaking to them still today. Because, I don't know, like that group that I had in my school of friends, that was just the best friends I ever had in my whole entire life. Like, I don't think I can even match that ever unless I, like, be more out there with, like, going to, like, the mansion and stuff like that. But those friends I had in middle school, I actually loved them, like, because I think I had, like, I think it was a good 5 or 6 of us, and it was just amazing. Like, yes, we were young, we're joking around, not taking life seriously, but it was always a good, fun time, and if we had something to say, we would say and stuff like that, and we wouldn't hide anything from each other and stuff like, you know, like that. It was like a real good, genuine group of friends that I was in. So once I got to high school, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this because it's like people was like trying to fit in and trying to be cool and trying to do this so they could, like, you know, it was like kind of fake to me when I got to high school. That's why I did not like high school at all. And then I had switched to another school, and that school was no better than the other school I was in. If you want to hear all the high schools and middle schools I've been to, I will happily share, because I always have to switch schools. Now, from living in Harlem, I have moved away to the Bronx, and it's such a different environment of, like, the location that I'm in the Bronx. It's very quiet, it's very peaceful. Like, yeah, you hear people outside, but it's not like in Harlem where you hear noise everywhere. In Harlem, I was in the center of everything, okay? Everything. The train stations on both sides of the ends of the street, deli stores. People could easily go into, like, you know, and it was always like party and stuff like that. People would like be like around our block every weekend, so we hear music, people, crazy conversations, homeless people, everything. Harlem was like so chaotic, but it was still like beautiful at the same time, kinda, I don't know. But the beautiful side of Harlem is like you see so many creative people. You see like so many things you could be a part of for like the youth and stuff like that. That's one thing I love about Harlem. They have so much stuff for the youth, and like basketball teams, swimming, volleyball, soccer, tennis, just some like stuff to keep you busy, because in Harlem you could easily get in trouble. So that was the thing I love about Harlem. That's what makes Harlem beautiful. They had stuff for the kids and like stuff like that. They also had swimming stuff for adults too. So yeah, that's one thing I love about Harlem. And still doing it today, because I went to Harlem Week. What was that? July? No, August, Harlem Week. And they still have stuff going on. It's still like that good energy with them, like having stuff to do for your children and stuff like that. So that's one thing I always loved about Harlem. That is a beautiful side of Harlem. Yes. Always having something to do for your children, so you can take care of what you have to take care of, and then you pick them up right after that, you know? So yeah, back to when I moved to the Bronx. Very different energy. It's not the same as Harlem when it comes to like the beautiful things. Now they probably do have stuff, but I don't really know, to be honest. I really don't know, because it's just not the same as in Harlem. But I must say it's more like quiet and more peaceful of like the side that I'm on in the Bronx. Now I know the south side of the Bronx is very different. I'm on the nice side, peaceful side of the Bronx. So yes, guys, with me in the age that I am now, I'm such more in a better place. I'm not around that same energy of girls that I used to be at. But I do still have this one good friend that I still love so much, and we're still friends to this day, and I'm happy that we are, because we had met in 2010 and we are still friends till today. Now, she used to live in Harlem like me, but once I moved away, it was like, we were so sad that I had moved away, but we're still like connected in a way. And now she lives in New Jersey, so it's like we plan on seeing each other, of course, but it's just, life is just so different now. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like and don't subscribe to my video. And if you want to check out my other videos that I have, I will put them here so you can see what else I have going on. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.